What are the skills that you look for in people, in young men that are trying to move super fucking fast?
Intention. It's not even a skill. It's a drive. So the number one core value in any of my companies is intention. Give a fuck. Want it. Because I'd much rather set up a structure where I have to get upset with you because I'm not paying you more money than set up a structure where I'm mad at you because you're not making me more rich. Why can't we both just get rich, right? So that's a good place to lead people from. Like, the better we do online, the more money he makes. You know, the better we do online, the more the salesmen make. I want people that are hungry, that want it, that have that unicorn blood in them. I know what that blood feels like. I know there's young men that have it. I want them working for me.
Do you need the interest in that topic? Because even for myself, so my background's in like software engineering and business, I couldn't give a fuck about it. And then as a result, I spent a few years in my 9 to 5, was building up. I was making decent money, I was making 100K. And then I left that because I just didn't have that energy in it. But now, as we discussed, like with my own business, I have that drive. So do you look for those?
So what I would argue there is that you felt like you were putting your full energy into something that had a cap on it, had a ceiling on it. There's no cap or ceiling on the amount of money Thomas can make. This is what we're doing. This is how you get paid. The bigger we get, the more money you make. If you were doing software engineering for yourself,
exactly,
and there was no ceiling, you would have a different relationship with said subject. And I think that's the thing. And I think a lot of times that's the problem with just employment in general, is that people feel like they have ceilings. It's not the employment they have a problem on, it's the ceiling they have a problem with. You know, that makes it really difficult. And it's even a challenge I have because even in my construction business, that's not always possible, you know? So it's really about the opportunity, you know, and making sure that you're putting your life energy into something that has no ceilings and give you the life that you want. And you know that you can do as much as you want to do without there being a limit to it. And I think that's what every young man, especially any ambitious young man, really, really wants. You know, I didn't grow up wanting to do steel buildings. I saw the opportunity to go and do really, really big things. Now, did I pick the right vehicle? Probably not, if you look at how long it would take, right? But I kept doing it because I'd fuck around and make 60 grand in a month on one project. And I'd be like, you know what? This is really hard. I bet other people won't be willing to do this. Give me 10 years and I'm gonna fucking own this shit. And that's, to my credit, that's what happened. Now, I'm not saying I'm the biggest one in America, but my life is substantially different than it would have been.
Do you need to be relentless to be successful?
It's my favorite word. It's my favorite word. Relentless is my favorite word. Yeah, you do. You do. And the reason I say you need to be relentless is what I see happen to a lot of people. I have a guy that's probably one of the best talents I've ever had used to work for me. He quit me twice, and then I've seen him start 2 or 3 businesses since. And what he's essentially doing, he's entering a business. He's taking the jab cross from the traditional fighter. He's eventually slipping it, boom, boom, and then he takes the uppercut, and then he's like, fuck this, and then he goes and fights a southpaw. Well, guess what? You're about to take those same licks in that industry. And for me, there was a point in my career where I was like, you know what? No matter what happens, I'm staying in. I would have went bankrupt and started right back again. I told myself that. I was like, if I go bankrupt, I will go bankrupt, and I will start this exact business tomorrow, because I don't have to rebuild my book of business. I don't have to relearn the trade. I don't have to relearn the insurance and the workman's comp and the general liability, FICA, SUTA, Medicaid. I don't have to relearn how the men move. I don't have to relearn the tools, the equipment, none of that. So cool, take the ass whooping. Make sure you're in the right model, you know? And that's one thing I didn't do, and I openly say that. I probably made that mistake. Could have picked a different business model. But one thing I sure fucking got right that all my friends didn't get right is that I didn't quit and go do something else. I took that ass whooping again and again and again and again. And then guess what? I rode on top and I'm getting my fucking licks in. And I'm getting them in big. So I am glad I didn't quit. Looking back retrospectively, maybe I could have picked something else, but also wouldn't be the man I am.
But also, with your circumstances growing up, it wasn't like you were going to build a fucking startup anyway.
Fuck no. No, bro.
Do you get me?